So coming up this week, I have had a bit of a revelation, I think. I've kind of discovered something, I think, with my relationship with running that's kind of making me think a bit differently. And frankly, it's about time. So I'm out for an afternoon run, and the days are definitely getting shorter. I'm actually filming this before the clocks go back. Well, that's about to happen, so it's going to be dark, really, what, 5 o'clock or something, isn't it, soon, if you're in the UK, so yeah. So anyway, doesn't matter. It's nice to get out in the daylight for a bit of a run. And yeah, so what's been going on? Well, I actually haven't been out for a run for a fortnight because I went down with a bit of a, well, it was a bit weird. I want to say it was a cold, but it wasn't really. It was sort of a cold. It'd be a cold for a few hours and then suddenly it wouldn't be anymore. It was very weird. I did sort of hang about for a while, but I don't think I'm 100% over it yet, but much better than I was. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to go out for a run. So that's good. I don't know how much talking I could do, but I'll give it my best shot. You know when you're a kid and you like scribble something on a piece of paper and then your parents go, that's brilliant, that is, and they stick it on the fridge? That kind of thing gives you confidence. You think you can do anything. That's good. I just scribbled on a bit of paper, stuck it on the fridge. I'm brilliant. I'm Rembrandt. This is great. And I think the thing is, as you get older, people start to give you the impression that maybe you can't do certain things, which of course isn't true, but it does start to fester a bit. And I think by the time you sort of are properly an adult, you realise, oh, I wish I was 6 again. And I had all that confidence that I had back then. So, and I, you know, to be honest with you, that kind of filtered through for me when I started Catch the 5K, because I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. And each of the little milestones, and there's lots of them in Catch the 5K, you start off running for whatever it is, a minute, it might even be 30 seconds, I don't know. And then each milestone after that, 90 seconds, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever it might be, you kind of think to yourself, I can't, that's a long way. I'm about to do that. 20 minutes, you must be joking. So, but you do. You manage to do these distances, you kind of get there in the end, and it's great. But I think that does carry on. It certainly carried on for me. Then when I went on to 10K, and I thought, oh, 10K, that's a long way. I'll never be able to do that. But of course you do it. I did do it. 8K was the furthest I've been before my first 10K event, which was in 2019. And I ran it, finished it. Happy days. And to be honest with you, that's kind of carried on when I went a half marathon. Even though I had run a half marathon before, that particular one hadn't gone that well. So, I mean, I did complete it, but I was carrying a little bit of an injury. So I kind of almost want to forget about that. But when I did this half marathon recently, beginning of October, and it just went so well. I mean, it was just brilliant. Loved it. And finished the whole distance. Well, I mean, I want to say it was easy. I mean, of course it wasn't easy, but it felt comfortable the whole way round. It was just brilliant. So that's kind of got me thinking about all these different milestones that you reach, including that one. And I think I've now suddenly realised that I can do this stuff, that half marathon I could do that. So why am I worrying about it? Why am I throwing that up and thinking, oh no, I can't do this and I can't do it? You can do anything, really, put your mind to it. Actually, I have done that with things in the past. We'll talk about that in a moment. Well, I'm getting a bit breathless because I haven't run for a fortnight. So here's some B-roll. So I'm not saying that now I suddenly think that I can run an ultra marathon tomorrow. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying, however, is that I almost feel like a weight has been lifted and I can't really that bothered about those distances anymore. It's not kind of the big thing, the elephant in the room, if you like. I just don't think it's that anymore, which is a bit weird. It was, I think I said in my video about the actual half marathon, I said it was a zen-like experience. I just didn't worry about the distance, I didn't worry about the time, just went out, had a good time. And I sort of feel like now I can kind of just go out and just enjoy the runs. It's a bit weird, really. Of course, that might have been a one-off. I'm going to kind of just see what happens. But it certainly has given me pause for thought, because I didn't think I would ever even contemplate running a marathon, for example. But now, yeah, now I'm not so sure. There we go, one complete. I'm going to stick the times up on the screen, but they're not entirely accurate, and the reason for that is that I accidentally paused my run a couple of times because I was fiddling with my watch. We're going to talk about that in a moment, and which was clever, but I kept kind of going. But at one stage I did actually stop because I saw this dog. Didn't seem to have an owner, didn't have a lead on, I don't even think it had a collar on, and it was kind of wandering about, and it was near the road, and I thought, what's going on? So I stopped and thought, well, I won't go up to it because you don't know. You know, it might be friendly, might not be. It was a collie. You never can tell with collies. They're lovely dogs. But, you know, if you're a stranger. So anyway, I sort of hovered around there for a moment and thought, well, if he heads for the road, I will have to take some kind of evasive action. Stop the traffic or do something. And anyway, then it kind of turned around and went back in through this gate. Well, I did stick my head through the gate, actually, at one stage, to see whether I could see who the dog belonged to. But there was a load of gardening tools there, but there wasn't anybody there. So anyway, so that was going to be my good deed for the day. I think it probably was anyway. And there we are. So yeah, and of course meanwhile my time was still running, but my distance wasn't. So anyway, I still carried on, did 10k, but the time is probably not right, 65 odd minutes or something. So it would have been, I don't know, closer to 62 or 63, which is kind of on par with what I was doing at the in the half marathon. So that's good, happy about that. But of course this time, unlike in the half marathon, I was keeping an eye on the time. And one of the reasons why I was keeping an eye on my watch is that they have done some updates now. I use an Apple Watch for my tracking, and lots of you have said to me, why don't you get a Garmin, Andy? I know you're probably right, and I do keep thinking about it. One of the reasons that I haven't, probably the main reason really, is that this Apple Watch was flipping expensive, and it was a stainless steel one I went for, more for me. And actually it's really nice, I really do like it, and I keep thinking to myself, well, it's got the processing capability to do all the stuff that something like a Garmin does. It's just up to Apple in their infinite wisdom to take flipping years to add it. Anyway, in the latest software update for the watch, WatchOS 9.1, if you're technically minded, they have added a load of new things, including heart rate monitoring, or not heart rate, you could do your heart rate before, heart zone. That's the word I was looking for. And you can actually swipe it. I'll run the video in here now. I was trying to do it while I was running, and you probably can't see it very well because I was running. But you can see it was in the red zone there. So that's not good, is it? So I haven't really done much in the way of sort of heart rate training. So I might try and do a bit of that, because a lot of you have said to me that you should be doing that, Andy. You shouldn't be running around in the red zone all the time. So sounds a bit like a crystal maze, doesn't it? So I will, you know, I can start doing stuff. You've always been able to put lots of stats on there. I think you could have up to 5. So you could put your kilometre or mile time, you could put your average time, you could put your distance, total, your heart rate, you know, all this kind of stuff. You could put a load of stuff on there. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying there. And you could choose where you put it and what you put on there from a load of metrics. But now you can actually swipe up and get a whole load of stuff and graphs and things. I expect it's brilliant, except my eyesight isn't what it used to be. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I wonder what that says. So I may have to think of investing some kind of prescription sunglasses or something so I can actually read the damn thing. But it's good to know that it's on there, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. Anyway, there we are. That's the waffle for this week. That's the catch up. I'm not going to say any more because it's just been a lot of waffle. I hope you've enjoyed that. Do leave your comments below if you've enjoyed this video. Hit like. If you're new here, please subscribe, and I'll see you for another update about who knows what next week. Don't you